So I got a little plan here. So we got this lovely bottle of our old friend Ardbeg 10 in the mail from our good friends at the Baddish Group up in New York. They sent me a little cocktail recipe, and they didn't, they said do whatever you want with it, enjoy. All they said was enjoy, and they gave us a recipe. So I guess they're like, do what you want. So,
I do like to enjoy.
So I'm thinking we enjoy this whiskey. I know we reviewed this before. I think way back in the early days of boozdancing.com, we did this versus the Corey Vrecken.
And if we had the Wayback Machine, we could see ourselves actually doing it.
Yeah, it was a good one. I remember that was fun. It was pretty good.
We do like the Ardbeg.
Yeah.
We've had the Corey Vrecken. We've had the Alligator.
Mm-hmm.
We've had the 10. I mean,
it's good stuff.
We've run the table on a lot of their whiskeys.
It's solid.
Nice. Good solid whiskey.
The Ugadal.
Yes.
So we've got the Ardbeg 10, and like I said, we've had this many times. I think it's a solid whiskey. I think it's like still in the 50s, maybe $50, $55.
Would this be? It's not table whiskey because of the peat, but it's close to table whiskey if you're a peat tea.
Depends on what you like at your table.
You enjoy peat?
This is a 43%. What's the bottling on this one? Oh, 46%. So it ain't shy.
No.
46%, 10 years old. I think it's still very reasonable. I don't think it's more than $60 a bottle. I haven't priced it in a while.
And on the box.
Oh, it's beautiful.
From Jim Murray.
Yeah.
The Complete Book of Whiskey. Unquestionably, the greatest distillery to be found on earth. If perfection on the palate exists, this is it. So I guess that's high praise.
I think
so. I'm Irish, so I don't know what praise actually is.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing.
Is it awfully good?
I'm guessing. I usually just get the awful part of that.
So going back to how we got this, this was kind of sent by the Baddish Group, unsolicited. They just sent us a bottle because they're lovely people. And they gave us that, and they also gave us a recipe. And they gave us a couple of lovely little, ceramic cups. What would you call
cups?
Like camp cups?
Yeah, camp cups, I guess.
Camp cups. So they sent us a recipe, and what they sent us is a spirited Ardbeg cider. It is made with 4 ounces of mulled fresh cider. To make mulled fresh cider, you use lemon peel, orange peel, fresh grated nutmeg and cinnamon, and a quarter fresh lemon. Combine all ingredients into a saucepan and bring to a boil on the stovetop. Simmer for 3 minutes. Add 1.5 ounces of Ardbeg 10. And so serve hot or cold. Cold, allow to chill and pour over ice. Garnish with a cinnamon stick or lemon peel. So, it's on the stove right now. It's I'm done the simmering bit. I'm going to let it cool down a little bit. I added the whiskey. It's all going to come together. But I think we should discuss the whiskey first.
So we get whiskey and then more whiskey.
Yes.
I do enjoy your planning.
Dude, I'm all over it. Get your glass out there.
I wanted the dancing goat because I am the greatest of all time.
You are the goat.
In my own mind and small little world.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll take your whiskey live.
I'm guessing the urchins and the benevolent would disagree.
I'm happy if I'm finishing the top 10 in my house.
Hey.
There's only 5 of us.
I hear you, man. Cheers. Sláinte. Oh, and one more. Come back. Cheers to the Baddish Group. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
So, anyway.
It's
like an old friend.
The nose is like a hug. It just brings you back.
It's lovely. It's not particularly vapory. I don't think it's not.
No, you don't get all the menthol and high astringent quality to it. You do get a good bit of the, a mild bit of the peat. You get a lot of peat,
I think
it's mild.
Gentle.
And having been, not really a peat fan, I might have only noticed peat initially, and now you get a lot more like the leather. You get a lot more of the oil on the nose.
I've always found out with this whiskey, not this whiskey, but I mean Islay whiskey in general with the peat. Everyone I think is, and I mentioned this in a Coleman review I did with the West Coast. Everyone's put off by the peat. You do have to work past it.
You gotta go past it. And initially the peat comes out more like mercurochrome, some sort of a medicinal topical applicant. And now when you go through it, there's so much more to it. There's so much complexity to the nosing. Like
this, I get a little bit of sea spray, but it's not. Again, I don't think it's as medicinal as others. I think it's more smoky, like a coal, or like the actual smoke, not the vegetal stuff that goes into it.
And you get a little bit more of the sea spray while it's Islay. It gets more towards maybe a peated Campbelltown, as opposed to a heavily peated Dare.
This is just a good. This is a good solid dram. A friend of mine gave me a bottle a couple years back for for Christmas, and he's not a whiskey guy. He's like, "Is this good?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is a solid. This is something you should have on your shelf. This is one of those. It's like a standard. This is the core. This is part of the core."
I don't disagree. I went in. Very nice. It's got all the pleasantries you'd expect. You get the peat up front, a little bit of like a peppery note, a nice mild but long finish.
Yeah.
That's not overly peated and not overly hot, despite the ABV. Get a little bit of sweetness. You get some of the sugars, a little bit of vanilla, maybe a little bit of a citrusy, maybe a little bit of gingery, something else in there. It's nice.
It's got a lot of layers of flavor. It's like an onion. It's like an ogre. It has layers.
It has layers.
It has layers.
Like a parfait. Everybody loves a parfait.
Who doesn't love a parfait?
It's just a good solid whiskey. And again, if you find somebody who doesn't like whiskey, I think the issue is they didn't find the right whiskey.
I believe you.
So you bring this out to them and you say, try this. Maybe this is more your liking. Or, if they've had something that was heavily peated, this might turn them a different way.
How's this?
It's not so much.
How's this? It's like an old friend.
It is. It's like a warm hug.
It's like a buddy. It's like a good friend. You want to just give it a hug. You want to give it a bro hug.
It's very nice.
It's all good.
Very nice.
It's all good. So I really like this one. Honestly, seriously. In terms of this is the stuff you want on your bar cart.
Well, and I think it checks all the boxes. The price point's not punitive.
No.
The flavors are not too much or too little. And the appreciation, because of, as the gateway, you try this and you branch out into their other ones.
Oh, hold on a second.
It's all very good.
One thing. How did I wind up with the goat?
And you took the goat. I told you I was the greatest of all time, and you said, no, you're not.
I am.
No, you are not.
GOAT, baby. GOAT.
No,
Me and LeBron James.
You, LeBron James, Tom Brady, me. I'm sitting here, Whiskey Live, and I've never been there. So for more, I guess it's more Whiskey Dead.
So yeah, it's a solid A. It really is. It's a good standby. You can't go wrong with this. I'm not going to say it's groundbreaking. It's not earth-shattering. It's not like, oh my God. It's just good, solid, everyday whiskey.
It's very nice.
If peat's
as
your
you can
thing,
see, I didn't care for it. I only finished all of it.
If you're going for peat and you need an everyday dram, if you need like a little bit of peat like every single day, like after work, everyone has a little drink. Everybody needs a drink every day, right?
At the end of the day, I like a little drink.
Hell yeah!
Raise up my voice and sing.
See, so it's all good. I'm giving this a solid A.
Solid A, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And you throw a number in there, 93, 94.
Yeah, it's good.
Easily.
It's consistent.
Easily.
It's
Again,
consistent.
It should be on everybody's bar.
And while it has the classic Isla-shaped bottle, the labeling is just spectacular. It really is. It's just really, really beautiful. Look at that. Look at the sides. Look at the back. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
They don't skimp.
Great. No, not at all.
Skimp.
No,
it's not on the product, not on the packaging.
You know what? It's a cardboard box, but it's done well. It really is done well. So, all right, I'm going to get the cider off the thing. We're going to stop here. I'm going to come back and be back in a minute.
We have our cocktail.
We do. And I love these little cups. They're
what
really
is
cool.
the name of the cocktail?
The cocktail is the Spirited Ardbeg Cider.
And what exactly goes into it again?
It is, again, 4 ounces of mulled fresh cider, lemon, and the mulled fresh cider consists of lemon peel, orange peel, fresh grated nutmeg, and cinnamon, and a quarter fresh lemon. Combine all ingredients into a saucepan and bring to a boil on the stovetop. Simmer for 3 minutes. Add 1.5 ounces of Ardbeg 10. Serve hot or cold. Cold, allow to chill and pour over ice. Garnish with a cinnamon stick or lemon peel. I garnished it with a lemon peel. It's in there. It really is. Take a look. It's in there.
I think it's in there.
It's in there. I made a bit of a mess pouring. So
and they gave us these.
They're very nice. What is it?
Like a ceramic, or maybe there's like a coated
porcelain coated like metal.
Yeah, maybe there's a metal inside.
Like a camp thing, right? Because you can't break it.
These are
very cool.
Little
Cheers.
clinky clink.
Very nice.
Very nice, and they have the nice cup, which even my 2 sausage links can fit inside.
Yeah, it's
nice. It's nice.
I like it that you've got the that on the one side. You've got the whatever you want to call it, Celtic or what would their language be?
Celtic.
Celtic. Okay,
Celtic. Gaelic.
We just focus.
And this came off the stove. You had it sit for 5 minutes.
Yeah, just let it sit there for a while so we don't
burn
ourselves.
So the cup is warm, but it's not hot, which is nice as well.
No, and you know what? I'm getting the smoke. I'm getting a little bit of the cinnamon. I'm getting all this stuff.
I think you may have done a good job.
Yeah, it's not bad. It was a for anyone who cares. It was a Trader Joe's. It was a Trader Joe's 100% honey crisp apple cider, unfiltered, not from concentrate. That's what we used. That's what we used. Now, I didn't have fresh nutmeg, so I just used whatever we had. But I did put a whole cinnamon stick in there. So, you know. You take the good, you take the bad.
You grate the cinnamon stick down? Is that what you do?
No, I just
You just leave it inside there?
I just
okay.
Just
you take the good, you take the bad. Isn't this the old theme for the Facts of Life?
Yes.
Is that where we're headed now?
Yes. There you go.
Does that make me Tootie? I'm not really sure I'm happy about any of this.
Are you Blair?
I'd always think I was Joe, but I'm
you're
probably
Joe.
not
You're
really.
Joe. Are you an average Joe?
Probably not really Joe.
No.
I'm not tough enough to be Joe.
Who was the old lady?
I'm
not
probably,
the old lady, but who was the house?
I'm probably more like Charlotte Ray. That's probably more.
Hey, she got 2 shows out of the deal, so.
Well, that is a cure for a winter day.
That's not bad. This is a cure with ale street.
That is a nice.
I never felt so good.
So you're telling me a day of shoveling, come in the house, miserable, cold, throw this on the stove.
Oh,
this isn't a almost make the shoveling worth it.
Now it was simmering, and then when I turned it off, then I added the Ardbeg. So I don't think much alcohol burned off. Maybe a little bit, maybe a touch.
Don't know,
but it's very nice.
There's enough in there. And the peat, again, it's very mild for peat, but the peat blends with all the sugars and the citrus. It really works.
It does.
It really plays.
That is very nice. It's like it was an unfiltered applesauce, apple cider, so it's kind of cloudy. It almost looks like a tea with a lot of milk
it's like
in
you
it.
made tea.
Yeah.
And I do like tea. Mm-hmm. Very nice. And again, the cup.
The cup's cool.
Well appointed.
I like it.
Very nice. Front, back, you get the real feeling about everything about its quality.
I like it.
That there's really nothing in there that they seem to skimp on.
No.
And it's very nice. Really, it's very nice.
I almost wish we didn't. Actually, the only thing I regret is that we waited with it on the stove. It could have been a little bit warmer.
Really? You could use it more?
Maybe
I'm a fan of tepid. Tepid's,
no, but it's good.
Tepid's
The nice thing about this is you can really slop it back.
That's why I like tepid things.
So anyway, solid whiskey.
Solid whiskey by itself.
Solid whiskey. If this is not in your liquor cabinet, again, if you like peat and this is not in your liquor cabinet, I'm thinking this, Kalila 12, Lafroig 10. You gotta have them. You just gotta have them. You know, pick the one you like and have one around.
Absolutely. You know, it's got to be a good counterbalance to anything you have. You can't be all Speyside. You can't be all Highland.
Nah.
You got to grab
variety,
an Isla.
man, variety.
If you're going for an Isla, you want a peated Isla, Ardbeg. Can't go wrong.
Nope, you cannot. And this is a fine cocktail.
So thanks again to the fine people at Ardbeg for the quality they've infused in their product.
And to the Baddish Group for passing all this lovely stuff around. A little bit of swag, a little bit of whiskey. Cheers. Happy holidays, folks.